Hi, hello, my fellow humans out there. As you can see and probably hear the echoes, we are meeting today in the bathroom because I have yet another plant to do today. It is to repot these Hartley philodendron. These are just the traditional philodendron cordatum hanging houseplant vine. Pretty much your basic staple. I really like the way I have these ones displayed. I call them my shower curtain, and it is their second year growing in my bathroom here. Last year I tried to record a video of propagating them and repotting them about the same time last year, but the audio quality was absolute garbage. I forgot to turn off the vent fans in the bathroom, so it was just whining and whirling behind me. So I never put it up, but today I turned the fans off and I'm going to be potting these philodendron into no drainage. I have some plastic talenti ice cream containers that I'm going to be using. I wouldn't want to use glass because I don't want it to get too heavy up here. Like these baskets are just suction cup shower baskets, so I wouldn't want to put too much weight bearing on them. So that's the plan, just repotting and transitioning into no drainage plastic cups because it is very hard to keep a consistent moisture level on these plants. They suffer, their root development and even the growth has suffered quite a bit from being allowed to dry out too soon and stay dry for too long. It's just it's a huge mess to actually water these with their drainage holes. I have to get everything, completely wet all around here. So my goal is when I get them repotted, I'll be able to water them on a more regular and consistent basis because it won't be as inconvenient. It won't be as big of a deal just to drop a little bit of water into the buckets. So let's get started. So I'm just going to be potting these into these empty talenti containers, and they're a pretty comparable size. So we're not changing pot size because there's not a lot of root development in the pots. And I'll just be refreshing the soil with this soilless mix that I make myself. And I just added a little bit of extra cocoa peat and a little bit of extra perlite, along with a dash of mycorrhizae, and I stirred it all up and I wetted it a little bit just so that the perlite and the cocoa peat isn't going to be powdery and dusting me in the face as we go. So let's get started. I'm pretty sure we'll be working from worst to best, and this kind of coordinates with furthest away from the window is the worst, and then closest to the window is the best. So there's not a lot of visible root development. The soil is very dry because it dries out almost instantly. But there's not a ton of visible dry rot in the roots that we do have here. So let's get this into its other vessel. And let's see, I guess I'll probably want the label facing the back because that's where I look, when I'm in the shower, I'll see this. that when I'm in the bathtub, I'll mostly only see the plants. When I have a long vine like this, it's hard to maneuver the plant because the weight of the vine pulls back on it. Make sure everything is down in there. Okay, the first one is finished, and we'll just repeat that process for the rest. You can see as we move into the plants that are closer to the window, closer to the light source, they have more developed roots. And this is something that I noticed last year when I was repotting it at that time. And it's just like they are in a row, very similar distance from the window, but it's incredible to see what a difference 4 inches is making for this plant as opposed to the plant that it's sitting directly next to, because that is the only difference in its environment and its care, the light. And you can see the more developed root growth, and you can see that this plant is so much fuller. So it's very interesting, the power of just every inch of light. Okay, now everything is potted up. It's time to do the watering, and also time for a little reminder. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and chat with me in the comments to let me know thoughts, ideas, questions, feedbacks, experiences, etc. Of your own. And subscribe to this channel if you want to see other like fun, chill, planty type videos. That seems to be the main content that people are interested in seeing from my channel so far. And as always, if you have any suggestions or ideas that you want to see a video about, go ahead and let me know, because as I always like to say, this is YouTube, not MeTube. So let's jump into the watering and get this day wrapped up. Watering these with a general fertilizing mixture that I tend to always use. I like to start with CalMag, and it's just 1/2 teaspoon per gallon, and then a little bit of a root stimulator and a little bit of like a kelp algae extract, and those are 1 teaspoon per gallon. And then during the summer, I like to use something with more nitrogen in it because they are growing more quickly. And this year I'm trying the Fox Farms Grow Big, and I'm just using 1 teaspoon per gallon, even though it says 2 to 3 teaspoons per gallon. And one reason I always like to use some type of fertilizer or nutrient is because I'm using a soil-less mix. So there's no organic matter or like nutrition in the soil itself. It all comes through the watering.